I am a hot mess right now, you guys. I'm a hot mess. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Melissa, and I thought for today's video we would do a little plant chores, plant care vlog. It's mostly going to be just some watering. It is Wednesday, so it is midweek, and normally midweek I check around my plant room and water any plants that seem to be thirsty. And then over the weekend is when I'll do my main water and water plants. I actually just got home. I look like a hot mess right now. I've been running errands all day. I have a table in the middle of the room that I repot on and film at, and it's a hot mess. I've been getting packages this week from like different companies sending me stuff, and I have like open boxes everywhere. Speaking of a mess, this closet I'm going to do for a separate video. It's like my little plant storage area. I feel like when my plant space feels cluttered and it feels dirty, it doesn't like give me good vibes. So I have to like, I don't know, I just have to clean it and have it clean so I can just come in here and relax, I guess. I don't know, when it's messy, I just don't like feeling that way in this space. I really don't have too much time today to water, maybe like the next hour or so, because I really need to get some work done. And it's heading towards 4:00 p.m. so it's getting kind of late in the day. So probably the next hour or so, I will kind of take you through my routine a little bit of watering some plants. And yeah, I'll just kind of show you some stuff. I normally take plants to the guest bathroom, which is through there. I water over the sink, let it drain, or I'll actually use like plastic tote bins in my plant room. I'll actually water in here now. Look at this calathea, you guys, look at it. I just bought it at my Ace Hardware. I already have a calathea medallion, but I could not resist. Do you see this gorgeousness right here? It was $15.99. I had to get it. So it was outside, so the soil is pretty wet or pretty dry. So I'm just gonna throw some distilled water in here and then just let it acclimate. I'm not gonna mess with it or do anything with it. I am just gonna water it and that's it. Sorry for all the blabbing. I did not mean to blab so much in the intro of this video. So yeah, I'll probably water some moss poles, get my water ready, and just go around my plant room, see who needs a drink, water them. And yeah, I usually start with this shelf here because I find it just to be a little bit easier. And then I will move on to like this window shelf and then some other various plants. I usually do my cabinet last, and if I don't get to it on today, then I'll just do it tomorrow. It'll be fine usually because I give everything a good water through the weekend. So by like, as long as I check them by like Thursday, nothing should get like too dry and too angry at me. So we'll see. One time I let it go a little too long and I had some very thirsty plants and they got a little angry. I've just gotten to know my plants pretty well, and I can tell if a plant's thirsty by looking at it. And a lot of my Monsteras are thirsty by this window. I can tell some of my calatheas are thirsty. I hope you guys enjoy this style of video, and yeah, let's get started. So I've been using Mosquito Dunks to water, or to put in my watering can to get rid of fungus gnats. I have it like in a little mesh little bag. I'm supposed to pre-soak this for at least 30 minutes, but I'm just gonna let this stay in my watering can. I buy distilled water for pickier plants. I've been out the last 2 weeks, so I've noticed some of my calatheas aren't as happy. And I'm actually going to be trying to collect rainwater too in some bins I have outside to kind of cut down on some of the water usage. But since I just bought this, I'm just going to give it a little drink with distilled water just to hydrate it. And I'm not going to do anything else with it right now. I just want to give it a little bit of a drink. I'll mess with it maybe later this week. We're just going to leave her sit here. If water gets on this table, I don't really care too much. Luna, get out of there. Child, get out. Why are you trying to get my water? Why are you trying to get my water? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Why? I want to show you this bloom of my zebra plant. Isn't that beautiful? It's never had a bloom before, and it looks like it's doing some little offshoot or something. Isn't that beautiful? Usually this plant gets pretty thirsty, so I try to keep it hydrated. I upsized it on my Patreon, but usually when this plant starts to droop, this isn't droopy by any means, but normally this is a sign or a cue that I look for that my plants really want water if this plant gets too droopy. So I keep this more on the hydrated side. Actually, I watered it this weekend, but I feel like it could use a little bit more. And plants that I know had thrips, like this one had thrips, my gloriosum, you can see that damaged leaf. I've been kind of keeping an eye on plants that I know had thrips just to make sure I don't see anything else popping up. I clearly need to repot this syngonium. Isn't it beautiful though? I need to get it staked. I have one going up a moss pole too, my Syngonium albo, but it clearly needs some attention. My Syngoniums get pretty thirsty. I think they just grow so fast. I have a bucket down here, so I'm not watering on the floor, so don't worry. Ooh, look. Even though I watered a lot of these plants this weekend, I still kind of go through and just check everyone. My El Choco's given me another new leaf. Look at that. This leaf is gorgeous. This is one that I know gets thirsty a lot. So even though I watered this plant like 4 days ago, it's already thirsty again. I want to show you my gorgeous Regal Shield too. It's putting out a new leaf, and this one is the newest leaf it just put out. Isn't that gorgeous? I have a corm that I added in last year that has a new leaf. Yeah, I upsized this on my Instagram, but it is growing so well. I used a clear pot, which has a lot of airflow, so it tends to dry out pretty fast. But I don't mind watering my plants more often. It's just, my space is just so hot in here. Yeah, this shelf is done. I mean, it took like 10 minutes. I just went through and watered anyone that was thirsty. A lot of these are Hoyas, well, some of them, and so I don't water them maybe like once every week and a half, 2 weeks right now. It just depends. And some of the other plants drink up water slower. It just depends. I kind of get a feel for which plants are thirsty, and then I will water them midweek. So, you know, I should have been watering some of my moss poles at the same time. So let's refill some of our water globes so that we can water our moss poles too. Going back though, all those cuttings, I don't know if you guys can, let me just try and zoom you in. Do you see all that growing back? My Aria is going to give me another new leaf soon, you guys. It is pregnant, which is really exciting. It's given me about a leaf every 3 weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, I would say. It's put out 4 leaves in 5 months, and it's going to have another new leaf. Like literally, it's going to push out probably tomorrow. I don't know if you can see the stem. It's literally going to push out a new growth. So this plant did come down with thrips. It did attack this new leaf. There's all kinds of thrip damage on here. I did not cut it off, of course, because I just can't cut this leaf. And I've been keeping a close eye on it. I've been checking it. I don't see any more thrips knocking on wood. So I'm hoping I've gotten rid of them. I haven't seen any more in my collection that I've noticed since I treated my plants the other weekend. But usually, I think I need to upsize this soon. Normally, I know my Monsteras are thirsty when they get droopy. Like you can see, this leaf is severely droopy. So I need to give this plant a good drink. My Thai also came down with thrips. And there was some like recently, like a week ago. So it is getting this fungus again in here, and I had repotted it once because it came down with fungus. I think the issue is, I don't know if you can see, I'll put the name of this fungus on the screen. It's not harmful, but it could be potentially because this is staying too moist. And you know, I put it in a clear container initially because I didn't want root rot to happen, and the roots do look okay, but I feel like it's time to get this plant out of this pot. I drilled extra holes in this food container, but it's still not enough airflow. So that is going to be a project, I think, for maybe a repotting. I think I might repot some of my Monsteras. But yeah, I need to get this one staked, and yeah, I definitely need to get it repotted. I think this one's still pretty moist, so I'm not gonna water this one. Yeah, pretty much all of my Monsteras had thrips, which is really sad. I'm gonna spray them down just in case. Of course, this is my most beloved Monstera. And the soil is pretty moist on this one. There's still a fungus gnat. So I'm not gonna water this one. So I am rooting a Monstera albo. I'm going to be doing a giveaway at some point on my Instagram. Do you see all those roots? Look at that. So I usually change the water out like, I don't know, maybe every 4 or 5 days. So maybe it's pushing out a new leaf here. Do you see that? Surprisingly, this is the only Monstera that did not come down with thrips. So I'm just gonna change the water out. So my new plant that I got, you can see it's browning a bit, which I don't know if it's just like stress. This leaf is probably going to go. It is a, you know, propagated leaf, but it does look quite ugly now. And I'm actually going to put this in a clear container so I can keep an eye on the roots. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. I broke my tripod, so now I'm like scared to use it. Yeah, so I just want to check this plant real quick. I'm just going to go ahead and take care of it. It is browning a bit, which potentially makes me think, I hope this isn't fungal or anything. And it makes me think if I should just cut this leaf. I'm just going to, I don't know, I broke my cardinal rule. My cardinal rule is to always check plants, you know, or try to when you get them. I know they said not to disturb the roots, but so the root system is fine. You guys can see there's the new growth, and then there's a little bit of roots that's forming. So it is interesting why this leaf is browning like this. It makes me look like it's fungal or something. I don't think I have any more fungal spray. So just because this isn't clear, what I'm going to do is, of course, a Starbucks cup. This is a little tool that I use to poke holes in my cups. You know, this is just what I find to be useful, I guess. Okay, so I have all of my holes poked, and so I just have some fresh moss here. Fresh moss. Just going to loosely put some in here. And I'm going to okay, I need some more moss. I didn't get enough. Okay, 2 seconds. So the only fungicide I have is this copper fungicide. I need to get a spray. So all I'm going to do is sprinkle this, like dust it on the leaf. And I've never done this before, so I don't know if this is going to be effective. I mean, it could just be browning. I don't know. I don't know. It's the only thing I'm going to do right now. So yeah, this is what I have. Sprinkled some copper fungicide on there on the front and back, and I'm just going to cover with some saran wrap so I can get this rooting a bit faster. That really blows. I'm trying to remember. I honestly don't know if that was there when I bought it or I just didn't notice it. I mean, push comes to shove, I'll just have a node and I will get new growth off of it. But I was really hoping that leaf would last. Kind of bummed. This probably would make me not want to order from this Etsy shop again. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to send it back in a spot by the window just so he can get some light and root. And then I have airflow, poked holes in it, and then I just like made a slit so that it's like sticking out the top. So that's all I want to do with that guy. Oh, I'm already getting tired. It's already probably been an hour. I don't know. It's like almost 80 degrees in here. It is so hot. So I'm going to finish going through some of these other plants and continue to water my moss pools throughout the rest of the evening. I'll just like keep coming back in here and like refilling the globes, water some, go do something else until they all get, I'm just watering the moss portion. So I might go through the greenhouse later. Or if I have time, I'll do it now. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. She is very thirsty. Look at my alocasia frydek. It's going to kill off a leaf because it's pushing out a new leaf. I thought I had stopped doing that, but I guess it is getting picky again. I feel like it's getting more thirsty again lately, which, I don't know, I upsized it not too long ago. I have to show you guys my silver band Maranta. It is so gorgeous. Do you see how gorgeous this plant is getting? I repotted it and it is giving me some gorgeous leaves. I love this Maranta so much. It is slowly my favorite Maranta. And the leaves are getting, you see how big these leaves are getting too on this Maranta? It is so beautiful. It's literally, ever since I repotted it, it is just like exploding. Sometimes my Marantas, I we'll throw some water in the pots and let them bottom water a little bit just to give them a little extra moisture because they do dry so fast in my plant room. So sometimes they get a little angry if I don't water them on time. So it's okay if they like sit in a little bit of water because it'll just like encourage it to drink like right back up. So sometimes I don't mind. That is crazy. Now this calathea seems a bit wilty, but it's actually pretty wet. I repotted this one recently. But do you see the size difference? This is what I could not pass up. Do you see? So that's the new one I just bought compared to the one I brought back from the dead. I had to buy this. I don't know, this one seems, maybe it's still going through some stress from the repot. I usually just do like a quick little look for any pest while I'm watering. I just flip over like a few leaves. All right, I have this shelf done and the hanging plants are fine and this big shelf done. So I really just have to finish my moss poles and then like these baskets over here and like the plants I have along the wall on that side. I'll just like quickly go through and just do a quick check over anyone that needs water. These guys don't take that long to do. Like any of like these baskets that are like here, I'll just, you know, pick them up and quickly water them if they need water. This burl marks, variegated burl marks, is so beautiful. It keeps giving me these gorgeous new leaves. Look at this new leaf and this new leaf. Sorry if you guys hear a mower. My husband decided to mow. He just got off work, so and it's going to rain here like the next, I don't know, the next several days. I'm actually surprised it hasn't been cloudy today. It's like the one day that it decides not to rain here. For like these big Monsteras, like this big one, I'll take it and flush the soil and give it a good drink. Like maybe once every, I don't know, 3 or 4 waterings. And then I have a drip pan underneath it, so I'll just water it like this so that I don't move it, and then anything that's extra will drip out onto the drip pan. And so this Calathea orbifolia, my beloved Calathea orbifolia, came down with thrips, and it is so angry since it came down with thrips. I mean, this plant had thrips so bad, like so bad. And it makes me sad that I didn't catch it sooner. It has some new growth coming in that's brown. It just doesn't look happy anymore. So many brown tips and leaves. I honestly didn't think the thrips would bother my Calatheas because they seem to only like want to attack my Phylos and Monsteras the most. Yeah, I think it's just going to take a while for this plant to heal, honestly. I haven't seen any more on it since I sprayed it. This thing is so thirsty. Sometimes I will just fill up this saucer that I have with water and just not to do that. I just will bottom water it and just let it soak up so it gets a good drink. Clearly I'm making a mess all over my plant room. I'm taking like mental notes on plants that are staying too moist versus plants that are drying out extremely fast. Because I have so much repotting to do. I still have repotting to do that I said I was going to do months ago, and I still haven't done it. So I have a feeling I'm going to be repotting plants like even all during winter. I'm just going to repot plants when they need to be repotted, I guess. But I do need to be better about like keeping a list of plants that need to be repotted and like plant chores and stuff that I need to do, because I feel like I'm all over the place with it. I don't like thoroughly water my hanging plants all the time. I just like top them off, and I'll like take them down and like thoroughly water them again like every couple of weeks, because it just saves time. So yeah, my moss poles just take the longest, so I just, you know, rotate them around, and then yeah, I have a couple more baskets here, and I just have to do my cabinet, and I'll take you guys through that process. I have plants in other areas of my home that I don't have to water nearly as much because they're not in this plant room where it's like piping hot all the time, so I can go a lot longer, you know, in between watering for these guys. But a lot of these plants I do water twice a week in here because they just dry out. So yeah, let's kind of finish up here and I'll take you to my cabinet. All right, so I am over at my cabinet, so I figured we would just go through this a little bit. It's mostly my anthuriums and some alocasia that get the thirstiest in here. But I already, my crystallinum, I can tell is very thirsty. Yeah, this one is too. So I've been like experimenting with fertilizer, and I've been like testing the limits on some of my anthurium. This is by Tuzula as well. I don't know if you can see that well, but it's like a blue. I didn't really mix it that well. But it's a NPK of 20-20-20. So I'm gonna use some of this on top of the slow release I already have in there, because I don't know if I added enough slow release, and as much and as heavily as I water my anthuriums, I feel like I just want to give them just a little extra oomph, you know? So this is different than the slow release. It's just some like 20-20-20 NPK. I don't know, I'm still learning about fertilizer, and I'm honestly not the best person to like ask about fertilizer. I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot to learn. And I know I told you guys, I don't know if I told you guys or my Instagram maybe, that I bought a soil testing kit. I just haven't used it yet. I don't know why. I think I wanted to film it, you know, me testing some soils, and then I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, I water my anthuriums very, very heavily. They are very, very thirsty plants. So I water them through like a few times and then let them drain. So I'm just sitting them on my table so they can finish draining. I don't know if you guys can see all that well. And I really need to take some plants out of here because my anthuriums are just so squished. This fertilizer says you can use weekly. You just mix a scoop in a gallon jug of water. But I'm not giving it to them weekly on top of the slow release. I'm just watering with it occasionally. I don't know, maybe like once every like 4 or 5 waterings, just to test out, like, I don't know, just to test it out, I guess. Yeah, I definitely don't know if I'm feeding my plants, you know, enough with slow release. Or I don't know. Since slow release is pretty new to me, I just don't know, like in the long haul, if it's enough or I need to be supplementing with more. I am just testing it on my anthuriums. They are heavy feeders anyway, so I feel like if I can test additional fertilizer, it will definitely be for these guys. So I can tell my crystallinum is thirsty. You see how wrinkly that leaf is getting? So my crystallinum popped out like, 6 leaves at one time. It was crazy. I cannot believe it did that. And it does, I don't know if it has inflows coming in or more leaves, but it's definitely working on something else down here. My Forgetii has an inflow and pollen should be coming on it soon. I'm gonna collect it as soon as it gets pollen. It's still sort of like ending the female phase. So I should be getting another, I think, inflow or leaf on this plant soon too. You know, flowers do take away energy from the plant, so if you aren't planning on pollinating your anthuriums or you don't care to do that, then definitely there's no need to keep like the inflow. You can cut it off so that the plant can focus its energy on growing more leaves. It's really up to you. But I am all about, you know, experimenting that and growing a baby anthurium from seed and, you know, just experimenting and doing it because I haven't done it before. I've been letting my anthurium warrockianum get too dry, and it's getting very angry at me for letting it get too dry. I think I'm just gonna have to be better about keeping it more moist. I don't know. I don't know if that's fertilizer burn on a couple of those leaves or I just let it get too dry. But it is very squished in there. It's given me a lot of growth, but it's not like, I don't know. I'm just like waiting for big leaves on this one. Look at my variegated Adansonii. That leaf here, that is so beautiful. And yeah, there's not really too many like updates in here. My variegated Peru is growing back again for the 3rd time. This Maharani is getting very angry at me because I keep letting it get too dry. Yeah, my alocasias are all bone dry again. I should have watered this maybe sooner. Yeah, it doesn't take me that long to clean it. I didn't wipe shelves or anything this time because this was just a quick watering. I just wanted to get everybody watered before they got super angry at me because that leaf gave it away. Look at this child. Hi, you're so cute. Oh my goodness. Mew. And look, there's another lazy one over there. I don't know where the 3rd child is. Hi, cutie. I know. Yeah. Yeah. So it is about 6:15. I think I started around before 4, so it's been about 2 hours in here of like watering. Everyone should be good except for my moss poles through the weekend. Well, I'll probably have to water everyone again on Sunday. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I like to have all my plants watered and taken care of over the weekend. That way I can start my week without worrying about plant care till like Wednesday, Thursday. I think I watered plants on Friday is why everyone seems so thirsty. I forgot about that because of like being gone over the weekend. Like Friday I watered everything and I normally water everything Saturday, Sunday. So I think that's why they seemed a little bit more thirsty because I was like 2 days late on watering them. So but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little plant care vlog. I'm gonna do another room tour or like a plant tour probably by the end of summer, I think. You know, once I do some more repotting, kind of get this room a little bit more organized and all that, I'm gonna do another plant care vlog or another like room tour so you guys can see like all of my plants and the progress that they've made, you know, compared to like when I first moved in compared to now, because things have really grown a lot in here. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'll have to do more of these sometime. I don't really know how to like do this style of video, so I'll have to get better at it. I enjoy these types of videos myself. I enjoy watching these videos, so I kind of wanted to just do my own little take on it, and I will, you know, make some improvements and maybe do some more of these because it was fun. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up this little mess that I made, and I'm going to eat and then probably just edit the rest of the evening. And yeah, these cats are being so hyper. Let me show you. Oh, we missed it. They were literally just attacking each other. There they go. So that's the boy. He's the only boy. They playfully fight. They're so cute. What are you guys doing? Hey, psst, no fighting. You guys, stop. Stop! No, I'm breaking it up. Stop. Go on, no fighting, go on. If you like these style of videos and you want me to do more of them, I would love to do more. I like watching these videos myself, and yeah, it's just nice to see some plant care routines. This was obviously very like quick, and I just wanted to get some of these plants watered before I have to, you know, water this weekend. So I used to be one of these people that was like, you know, it's my watering routine since moving has changed so much, you guys. Literally every plant is thirsty within like 5 or 6 days. And I used to be like, oh, well, watering day, why do people have watering days? Because every plant has different needs. And again, I don't water all my plants on watering day, but majority of the time, all of my plants want water. So I can kind of see how people have a routine of watering their plants, because some plants I probably should have watered a couple days ago. And then some of the plants I didn't water. I probably watered like, I don't know, 90% of what was in here minus like all the Hoyas. Well, I watered a couple Hoyas, but you know what I mean. But I did water a good amount of these plants in here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.